Hello again, and welcome to part 2 of this 3-part tutorial on how to bring in external information into an edge animation. The first thing we want to do here is let's go ahead and open up a new file, and I'm immediately going to go ahead and save that to index. We've already created the send lasso page, and if you notice, by creating a page, Edge automatically adds all the other files that we needed for it. The same will be done with this, so makes it nice and easy. Okay, this is going to be our actual kind of placeholder and template for our product information and how it's going to display when we call it. The first thing, I'm going to come up here and just create, I'm going to make these kind of look like like a slide frame or a Polaroid. And this is where the product information will come. We'll add a quick shadow to that in a solid border so it shows up. And then I'm going to come here to my square and I'm going to add a placeholder here for my image. And let's just, so we can see that better, we'll make that black. It really doesn't matter, that's the background color. What is important up here is that we go ahead and name this. And in my case, I'm going to name it image, so that the code knows where to place the image from the information. Next, I'm going to add a text field, and we're going to add a place for the title. And we'll just kind of center that, bring the text down just a little bit. And as important as the other one, come up here and we want to name this text field as title. One more time, we're going to add one more field, and this is going to be our price field. Like I said, this can be a very simple little product information page. We'll go ahead and make this red so it sticks out. And so as you can see now, we have our title, our image, and we didn't quite get our price there, so let's add our price, because these are the most important things here so that the information knows where to go. Now comes the magic. We're going to come up to the stage here and add the first set of magic into the composition ready. This basically means that when the composition is loaded, this code will be ready to go. And we're using jQuery and just going to call the getJSON tag. We happen to have a page called slides.json. Now this is where our JSON file is, and this is where the information that we grab from the database gets written to. Basically, the way this works is we make a call from the category page, we pull the information from the database based on the categories, and we save it to this page. Our animation then will come and grab this page here and pull it into our slides here. This part of it is going to look at the JSON file and determine how many pieces of information or products there are. And then it's going to loop through each one of these. And you'll see when we do the JSON file next how easy that is, and it'll make perfect sense. Again, this is where we needed the photo, title, and the price fields from this, so we know where that information is going to go. We also added a little bit of CSS here just to do a little bit of formatting so it looks a little decent. And when that's ready, then the composition is ready. We are now finished with this. What I want to do is grab all of this and we're going to create a symbol out of it. So let's convert this to a symbol. Let's call it slide. It's actually not plain, it's a static image. We'll hit OK. And because it's all being done in that code and through the JSON file and everything, we don't need this on our stage. So we're going to take the symbol off the stage so it's not displaying. Obviously, we still have the symbol here. Now, we're going to go ahead up here and we're going to actually, let's create this stage to 1280 so we have enough room, because we're actually pulling 5 records from the database, so we need to fit 5 of those slides that we just showed you. And I didn't show you in that page, but we actually started those at 100 pixels down. So I know I have 100 pixels up here to play with. And I'm just going to put a quick button up here. This is pretty much just for our ease of use. And we're going to give it a label of double click to return to categories. How's that? And we'll just line that up there, maybe make it a little bit larger so we can see it. This will just make it easier so that we can go back and forth and actually test this out. So now we come down here and we're just going to, the rectangle, we're going to call this button. And we're going to add an action here based on a click. And we're going to take this back to the page that we did our categories so that we can go back and forth and test. And the only thing we need here, we have a window open tag, and this basically points us back to the page that we created the links to pull the information from the database, the categories. Self just means it opens up in a different page, or its own page, excuse me. And that's it for those two. We're going to come up here, we're going to save this file, and that's it for part 2.